The following may include subject matters of war, violence, loss, and adult themes, which may not be appropriate for all audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Welcome, faraway friends, to another edition of Darkeport. So happy that you could be with us. We were, of course, being incredibly professional and disciplined just before the cameras began to roll.
Yeah.
As we always are in this room. And
Sorry. You're like a kid at a candy
Lord,
store.
it has already begun.
That's my favorite thing.
Very stressful.
So, shout out to Alex and Morgan and our sister stream over at Constructed Chaos.
Yeah.
And
yes, sir.
we are, you know what? I'm going to confirm it, but we have a date that they are going to be here. So this is news for some of the players at the table too.
Yeah.
So I am unreasonably happy about this. Well, we've been trying to do this, and finally we're going to have that beautiful, beautiful crossover. I've been over there. Corey, you've been over there. Hopefully in the future we can get some more of us over there.
They were awesome.
Well, yes, you met that at Gen Con last year.
I can't wait. I've never met them.
It's gonna be good.
They're good stuff.
It's
They're
gonna
good
be
ones.
So
wonderful
excited.
people.
So
So can't wait to see y'all. Miss you.
They better be next.
And we have Did you just say candle? Well, that's a wonderful segue. So we have a little candle of tales over here.
Maybe people would be interested in checking out the Darkeport Patreon for any behind-the-scenes content.
Lots of it there.
They could
You
do
know,
that.
if you want to see our post-session debrief, if you want to go in depth on each episode, Angel and I have the gift of gab, and we are fond of talking to each other about things that we like.
We have Gab anyway. I don't know whether
That's a
And there
very
may
good
be
point.
things revealed there
so.
that aren't revealed elsewhere.
If you can, I know it's more editing, Tobes, but Toby and I got into a good debate organically time before last, and I think we should put that up. I think it's
all part of the plan. Check out all that juicy bone cone at patreon.com/darkport. That's patreon.com/darkport.
It's there.
Patreon.com/darkport.
So, yes, and shout out to Briarwood Candles for making us that.
Yes.
We are very grateful
Love
for that.
it. Yep.
Lovely as the scent of justice wafts throughout the room. Another person that you can go look at for your own games.
See if justice is snuffed this evening.
Shut it.
Seduction. Or
Quit putting stuff in the
And
universe.
yes, and Sydney was not able to join us today. She's not feeling well, and so
oh,
speedy
Miss you,
recovery.
Sydney.
Yeah,
miss you.
Do better. We love you.
Miss you. Melissa was remarking that she's the only. Well, actually, what did you go ahead, Melissa? What did
I'm
you?
the only lady person.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a sad.
And we are much the worse for it.
It's a sad thing at the table.
yeah.
How dare
All right, without further ado,
I can go and drag again.
let's go do the thing.
Candle of
at us.
We did it. We lit a candle. How many Darkport players does it take to light a candle?
All right, blow it out, guys. We can't get any better today.
Apparently just one, but sometimes it's a little
all of
shaky.
them.
We're all moral support. Like, we're the choir just helping it along, dude.
We're giving like multiple assist actions. That's
right.
That's how hard it
And I
is.
need every single one of them.
We're like the sister act.
Randy, who is
Today, our lovely journal will be brought to you by none other than our very own Darkport, Devon.
Darkport Devon. That's what we call him. Darkport Devon.
The man with the lotion and the routine.
You know.
What else is he thinking about while he pampers that face?
The best column fruit is up where we come from.
Exactly.
actually it is.
I know. I didn't mention that
That's why you were
resource.
so hydrated.
It actually is.
Alrighty. Ah, dear reader, should you be the unlucky soul who uncorks this journal like a bottle of fine wine, only to discover vinegar, do forgive me. I find myself at a summit of such staggering importance that even the winds seem to pause. Yet I am arriving wondering, as usual, why on terra have I been invited at all? Me, Devron, collector of tales and mischief. And yet, before I could skulk back into the shadows and weave myself a better exit, along came one Magnus Seneca, trusted advisor to the Lady Planner Tornex, who plans, I assure you, could probably outplan the ocean itself. Magnus Seneca, not to my surprise, turned out to be a connoisseur of the same game. I cannot recall precisely how it happened. One moment I was fumbling for a conversational purchase. The next I was playing at a level that felt unworldly. The moves were not just moves, they were doorways. My thoughts not just mine, and in that meditative clarity I saw what always had been there. Succession, it is not just a game. It is the physical representation of the tapestry itself. Threads of possibility, power, and loss stretch across the board of life, woven into patterns we pretend are chance. Yet look closely, dear reader, and you shall see they're anything but. They guide, restrain, and whisper, whether we notice or not. The board is a mirror, the pieces metaphors. And in that match with Magnus Seneca, I found myself speaking a language older than words. What was revealed was not just the tally of the match, but the echo of our own predicament, the dance of moves prolonged. A contest stretched thin, where each countermove brought time neither side could truly afford. That even in victory, you will be left holding a handful of broken pieces. He understood, of course. Yes, he did. And by his own choosing, he left the game continue. And so he did, bringing ideas from the board to reality. Yesterday, I kept the clarity, watching politics swirl like the sandstorm and realizing this foreign soil was simply another succession opening I had yet to master. Last evening, the Magnus regarded me as one might a dormant ember smoldering in the ashes. So close, so capable, yet only now noticed. How unfortunate, he said lightly, when one ends up with an inactive piece, not only to be used to its full potential. I didn't miss a beat, I replied. Perhaps an inactive piece, yes, but even those have their place. Sometimes the quietest pawns carry the memory of the whole game, waiting, patient, for the right hand to move it where it belongs. And so I sit here now, scratching in this book, amused at my own theoretics. And so the loom, in this infinite sense of humor, smiles once more. You see, the greatest player is no mere mortal, but scaled in green and ancient enough to have set the board generations ago. Those kings and queens we fuss over? His pieces, carefully placed.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well done.
That's the best one you've ever done.
Well done.
I love it. Hell yeah.
A good game, everybody. Let's go.
I have a small little contribution from the musings of the Lady Planner.
Thank God. Ooh. Can't wait to hear what she has to say.
She has nothing to say.
I was drunk.
So, the only context I'll give for this is that the motto of the Empire, there are several of them, but the original one is Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. Ooh. And the throne is called the Sun Throne for that reason.
Huh.
And it represents what you would think. Basically, the fiction that the Empire itself has not only been unconquered, it is unconquerable. I have perhaps 4 perfect winters left. I will not make the same error as my mother, and overstay my welcome on center stage. She may have ended her life in silks, but her head ended on a pike. I would not want to navigate the current shoals before me, for example, at less than peak capacity. We waited for so long, Pullo and I. Married to a great lord, I felt I had to. Looking back, I think the time was wasted. My late husband knew of our mutual admiration, yet chose to do nothing. I suspect it made him feel justified in his own numerous indiscretions. Yet here I am, alongside the bravest, most honorable man I will ever know. Nor does it hurt that thy skin is onto iron, and that you can kill any score of normal men sent to end us. The most cynical part of me believes the reason I actually adore you, however, is that you are the one person who can always tell when I'm lying. Yes, beloved, I lied to thee. Although, is it a lie if you want to believe it at the time? How absurd to have a child 12 winters after Bestia's birth, and a son at that. 3 girls with Brutus, an endless carping of no heir, and yet the unexpected crop you and I harvested together produces a boy I didn't know I had it in me to love all over again. I promised to thee that I was finished adventuring, going beyond the pomerium of Fang Prime, let alone the Empire itself. Yet 2 winters later, here we are, neck deep in rebellion, apostasy, and a brilliant fool's vision of how his family enters the ranks of his betters. I can never speak these words aloud. Yet we both know now this will be life until my candle is snuffed. Yet you and I shall hold to the fiction that there is an idyllic surcease we might still achieve, won't we? As to my wild daughter, her lot will be as all chosen women, determined by how well she understands herself and alternately cleaves and abandons that truth as required. Perhaps she does not have the temperament to get herself atop the Sun Throne, and thus the moves you have already detected, as I prepare her to become the first female head of House Tyrinix, an acceptable alternative. Some grandchild that does not yet exist will have to be the one to finally finish that long intergenerational march to greatness. Yes, I manipulated that sadist on the throne into sending us here. Yes, I planted the seed for the vapid Lady Julia to leave prior to this summit. No, I did not poison her equally useless brother. But I know who did. I have lied to thee so many times, below, and you spot all of them, but you're still here beside me, sweat cooling on both of our bodies after making the beast with 2 backs. And so the title, Lady Planner, is more apt than any beside thee fully comprehend. A plan that stretches 5 generations with fortune, 6 most likely, 7 if necessary. Sol Invictus indeed.
Yeah.
All right.
From the minds of do you really want to go there?
And a quick note, I am largely an analog GM, and I left these damn notes on top of my desk last session. I did not want to tell anybody, including y'all, that I was flying blind last session, but there was only one spot that I caught that I messed up. So if you as the viewer can spot that, leave it in the comments or let me know.
And you
let
get
me
to
know.
take
We'll
the
see.
GM seat. It's like
will see.
Highlander here. If you find that spot, welcome to Darkeport. Sorry, Angel.
More like the Hunger Games.
Yeah, 100%. Blood in, blood out. The only way off this table.
Rusinia, I believe that you had some shenanigans that you wanted to.
Let's fucking go.
So Rosenia after the conversation with Brother Adrian and Mitra.
Yeah, set the scene a little bit because we're kicking it off. So what?
Yeah.
Mitra had found, looked for Brother Adrian, found him weeping next to a potted plant, like most introverts. After
kid, quarter.
And after some personal stuff of his twin soul or twine soul had left to continue on with her mission and kind of leaving him behind. And we kind of got him focused a little bit for some questions that would be more helpful for Marcus's
Upcoming trial, yes.
upcoming something.
Discussion.
Execution.
I love all those answers. Those are all fine answers. But no.
And trying to see if we can learn another angle. We did discover a couple of things. One of those things is that Brother Adrian is basically running second chair on our opposing side.
Yep.
But he was able to give us a couple little hints of a nugget. And then promptly asked for more drinks. So Ricinia went over,
Obliged.
pointed another servant with some drinks over to that one. And that's when she slipped out.
Okay. So Ricinia is on the loose.
Ricinia is on the loose. She's heading for, first of all, I had a question for you. Brother Adrian was there. Were any of the other church figures there at the party?
The only ones that I was picturing were church slaves there, so none of the other figures. And which is a little weird, except, I mean, it's still weird, but the mitigating factor against that is that very few church, like a shockingly low number of church representatives even attended. Mm-hmm. You know, there should have been like 30. And you have maybe 5 showed up.
I think I recall Lady Planner in her drunken rant pointing out some Template.
There was, yes. The Template did have one person there who, that's right, he was not, importantly, that Templar was not present on, like, the beginning of day one. So he had filtered in at some point. But that's about it. And right now the Template and the Beacons are not having a good time with each other. The two factions of the church are kind of pissy.
So she's very interested in seeing if it's feasible to potentially overhear some conversations in the church tent area.
Okay.
If she can. And then she's also keeping an eye out for this impure figure.
Okay.
On the loose, or any kinky she can spot.
Okay.
Because she feels like that's connected.
And the Kingi are essentially the Kingi are to the Kithki as the Drow are to elves and stock.
Dark brothers.
They're like
Dark hobbits.
kind of, yeah. Even complete with most of them have like gray or grayish or gray blue skin, and I mean they're
Still silly
Darker
voices.
skin.
they're pretty weird. They're pretty weird.
But she's dealt with some of them.
You've learned a
before.
little bit more about their culture, yeah. And their matrons who run the culture, far from being the light and sunshine of the grannies, are calculating, vicious creatures that are still
Grands.
that are still possessed of like incredible experience and wisdom. It's just dark.
Right up with Lady Planner.
Okay.
Different
So you were skulking around. Now, are you trying to prowl over to the tent, or are you trying to be nonchalant?
Trying to be nonchalant.
Okay.
Not wasting time, but I am not making a beeline.
All right. Make a general deception check and see how well you are playing things off.
Oh, no. Come on, do it.
You can do it.
You can do
El Dorado.
15?
Yeah.
For that character, that's pretty good, Melissa.
-5.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
So you don't give any obvious signs of excitement or duress or anxiety or anything as you get over there, and you find some totally innocuous reason for going to the area in the first place.
Yeah. She needs to have a backup. She would think of something.
So you have you make some exchanges with some of the other slaves, and you make sure that they have what they need, and they make sure that your tent has what you need, and there's kind of some chit chat about who's pregnant and who's with whom right now, and did you see Templar so and so, what he actually likes to do behind closed doors, and so that you indulge in a bit of that gossip.
She'll note that away for later.
Okay.
In case.
Call that blackmail.
Might be useful.
We call that blackmail.
And then finally you happen to find yourself lingering around the church tent. There's only one because there's so few of them. Obviously Adrian isn't there, and you only see there's a single guard, one of the he wouldn't be a full Template, but essentially one of their assistants, one of their minions outside. So not a legionnaire, not part of the normal army, part of the church.
How visible is the exterior of the tent on the non-entrance sides? And how possible is it to listen through the fabric of tent?
Because the tent is not part of the normal layout, you have a bit of an advantage working for you.
Like under some crates I can kind of crouch behind as cover and...
See how lucky you are.
Right?
Just put a crate.
Because I've got a backup idea if I have to.
No crates, but someone has abandoned what looks like a provender wagon, so dried goods are on there. Okay, you go over there, and the mule that was pulling it is gone. So they're just kind of sitting there. If you wanted to nick some grain, now would be a great time. So you're sitting there and make
not doing their job.
make a perception roll.
Well, there's a party going on.
Let's get perceptive.
Let's get perceptive all day. Come on, percepts.
That is an 11.
Okay. So you're hearing. You read my mind, Corey.
Snoopy's mom all over again.
And then every so often, as you're straining, you catch heresy. And then and then there's a little bit of time goes by, and then blasphemy.
So I hear the little points where they're raising their voices.
Yes.
Okay.
And apparently, actually, because it is so distorted, or so you're getting so little of it, Melissa, go ahead and give me an insight check too, as you're trying to stitch together and fill in what you can.
You can do it.
Better at.
All right, let's say.
That is a 17.
That's pretty good.
So
Good deductions.
you can't be 100% sure, but you feel like the two speakers at least are not totally on the same scroll with one another. Because you hear the voices raising a little bit, and you hear one of them repeatedly say heresy, the other one repeatedly say blasphemy.
So I can't hear what they're saying, but I can hear tone and that they're arguing with each
Just a
other.
little bit there's some strife going on inside of the tent. And there can't be more than, even with the slaves in there can't be more than half a dozen people in the tent right now.
I'm entirely imagining Sattler and Waldorf from the Muppets. Blasphemy!
No, heresy!
Heresy! Yeah, that's the only tooth tricks.
So you see one of the beacons of the original group kind of lost in his thoughts, slowly strolling over toward the tent. You doubt he's going to be able to spot you from the angle that he's coming at, because he's just strolling right up to the front entrance. He's reading. He's got a couple scrolls tucked under an arm, and then he's looking through another and kind of scanning it. And then when he gets to, I'll let you write off of the 17. When he gets to the tent flap, he just gives the assistant a nod, and then rolls it up, puts the scrolls away. Okay, and then goes in, and you hear his voice added to the fray. And his favorite word is ignorant, or ignorance.
3 levels of
Your heresy is ignorant so much so it's blasphemous.
first degree, second degree, third degree. Which one is it now?
Is there anything I can adjust to hear a little bit better?
Only if you're willing to get closer and take some risk.
How active is the grounds?
Still fairly. There's a chance you would get spotted.
In my little cover story of being near there, did I like grab something to carry, even as a backup to approach the tent, cover up my green, and then just say, "Oh, the lady sent this over."
You have a generic tray with you, because anything can be on a tray. Mm-hmm. If you want to, you can try to figure out something off of this cart to put on the tray.
It's just sacks of grain.
Sacks of grain. There might. Let me see. Here, you roll for your luck, and let me see if there's some dried fruit on there.
I was about to say dried column fruit.
Dried fruit, or if there's some kind of like camp of the soldiers nearby where I can swipe a little bit of some kind of alcohol. No.
No. Okay. So you look, and unfortunately, someone already came by and snatched all of the dried column fruit off of here, which is like the treat for the legionnaires. And he's probably going to be selling it off later on. One of the things, and
like cigarettes.
You have this moment, Jacinia, where it's like almost like a moment of lucidity, where you can tell the air that you've been breathing, and that air is corruption. And you're just looking around this camp, and you're seeing all of these side deals. You're seeing the casual theft. You're seeing the mistrust. And even though you only spent a limited amount of time in the company, like on the Francus, on the ship that ultimately brought you here with the Fellowship, the whole emotional tenor of it was completely different. You never saw anybody and you do it too, like where you just reflexively rest your hand on your coin purse as you're going places in Leptis Regium, because pickpocketing is rife through it. It wasn't even a thought in your head on that ship. And so as you look at this dried column fruit, you know that would never happen. That would never have happened on that ship, and you doubt it would have happened in Geramentum. But here, it's fair game.
Interesting.
Never have I seen a place of more scum and villainy.
And you remember, and I'm going to say you further remember your lady, Lady Lucretia Vale, commenting that one of the things that was wrought in the Empire from the inside out was just unchecked corruption. There's always been some corruption, but like it was rampant. It's rampant now with people. Just the grift is massive. So you don't even know how much of this food is going to get to the soldiers. And maybe somebody is doing his job, but his job is to screw everybody else over. So you have your tray. Do you want to creep, or are you satisfied enough, or don't like the idea of getting caught out?
I don't like the idea of getting caught. That's really gonna have ripple effects that are very bad. So she's not gonna risk too much. She was just gonna see if she could catch or learn anything. She did learn some things. At this point, I think there's gonna be like this undercurrent of just kind of pissiness that all of this shit is happening. And there's a tiny little bit of her that just wants to sabotage something.
Okay.
Minorly.
Okay.
How's
To the minor inconvenience level. Do I have any knowledge, access, or ability to
poke a hole in
people tummy aches?
You want to poke a hole in the grain?
I want to poke a hole in the grain. I do, actually.
You just
If it's gonna be unguarded,
yeah, it's just sitting there.
it's just sitting there.
Make a
Or because I can't move
That would have been
grain.
a convenient excuse for Adrian.
make a perception check.
I tell you.
Okay.
Make a perception check.
I can't come and judge. I'm sick.
It hurts.
Nope.
Okay. You don't. Nothing comes immediately to mind in terms of like a non-lethal way of being ugly with food or drink, but you have the situation where you and another person almost at the same time become aware of each other, and you hear someone on the other side of on the other side of it is trying to pull out some of the grain.
Two thieves in
Just in the middle of. Who goes there?
I love it.
I'm gonna slowly peek around.
Okay. As you start to peek around,
There's this comical moment where we're both like,
It was about to fall.
Jinga.
do I see a fat child?
No.
Dang it. I was hoping, actually.
You see a legionnaire. You see a legionnaire.
And I've got my hood before I turn around or peek over, I kind of put my hood up and cover up the collar so that nobody can see the reflection of green.
All right, he narrows his eyes. Boy, I have things to do. And he rips the grain off. Yeah, so many things. Throws it over his shoulder.
I'll be like, you should come back for the rest of it.
Ooh.
And she'll just start walking away.
He starts hightailing it out with the sack of grain.
Precious grain.
Stop. Precious.
At least he's doing what I want to do. So that's fine.
Precious grain.
Precious grain. I'm going to do kind of a walkabout. See if I can overhear anything. I'm kind of also interested in the pulse of the Legionnaires.
Okay.
What are they talking about?
Okay.
Who are they talking about? Or do they have any opinions in general?
You're filtering.
Soldiers.
You're filtering through. Okay, that's going to take a good while. Hold off on that. I'm going to let you make an insight roll a little bit down the road. Okay. All right, my lovelies. What's cooking? Parties. Well, actually, I had you guys at the tent because I was trying to move things along. So, Ricinia does not rejoin you at the tent while this is going on. Marcus, you count yourself lucky that there was no incident there. Titus, there was some weirdness going on. You see Tristan furiously writing a scroll, and then he stops, kind of gets frustrated, lines some things out, crumples it up, throws it down, remembers his training, scoops it back up, burns the copies, the cast-offs, and then starts again. And so finally, depending on how long the scene goes on, finally he'll blow on it, blot it with sand, blow on it again, make sure that the ink is set, and then kind of nod satisfied to himself and roll it up.
So, actually, in the corner of the tent,
you are also writing.
Everyone sits down and writing something. Yes.
Okay, so you and Tristan are basically parallel writing right now.
Yes,
okay.
A little writing group.
Grip has just been kind of in a reverie, sitting in the feeling, like the change of the land, the power that was put on display in consecrating what the Lady Bestia called hallowed ground, and thinking about the implications of that, and knowing that there is on the Legacy Isles, Sikadraka, that were worshiping the Green Doom as a god.
As a god. Mm-hmm.
And thinking of Lady Bestia's might as the clearest indication that that is actually a thing that could be a religion that someone would actually follow. And in some ways, many people are following that religion. They just don't realize it.
Don't realize it.
That's huge.
Give me the short on the Green Doom for faraway friends who may not know that reference.
The Green Doom, Equetl, is the oldest, the biggest, probably green dragon currently in existence.
Biggie baby.
In our Age of Tezcatli, little backstory there, the foundation of that was the Green Doom razing the Erlit civilization to the ground for a slight, completely wrecking an entire city, and seemingly with very little difficulty.
Gargantuan.
This, of course, being the Green Doom, who then would go on to, who actually had already, this was only 400 years ago, had already at that point founded the greatest empire of humans ever created in a massive manipulation to ensure his rule over this plane. And what is a god? What did Figula say? A being of sufficient age and power to be master of its domain. And
yes.
My God, look at that.
Now that's a good line.
Flesh and blood.
Here he is. So just really sitting with that and thinking about how that kind of changes his perspective on religion. And then at some point he's just gonna I got an idea. And he's gonna look for Titus.
I'll make eye.
And
speak to him aloud.
The trial, not yours. Heresy? and blasphemy against Quelathon. That is what they are charging you with for arguing that another deity exists. So in their mind, there is only Quelathon, and saying that there can be anything but Quelathon is heresy and blasphemy, right? Is that their position? Do I understand that correctly?
As I'm aware, yes.
You two speak with the voice of a goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Her might is channeled through your flesh.
Right.
Do they believe that of their primate? Do they believe that he speaks with Quelathon's voice?
I feel as though that the church acts on behalf of their interests. That's why they're having such a large following of the Twilight.
But that's what they say, right? The primate is the voice of Quelathon in the plane. Is that correct? And I'm looking at Tristan.
On this side of the Gulf, yeah.
But it's still been 200 years since anybody has seen any kind of miracle that they attributed to Quelathon since Jason.
Well, it's a little more nuanced than that. I'm not really like up on deep church doctrine, but they keep it very ambiguous. So that would be the party line, what you just said.
Yeah.
They claim any miracle to be a part of their own church.
But then, well, they could go that route, and the other one is the whole Numina thing. And some of the more honest third lighters will admit it exists, but they don't really like to talk about it. Of course they don't, Mitra says.
Mm.
So, if you two are the voice of a goddess in this plane, you wield the sword of light. You make light that heals.
Right.
Mm.
If we were to display that, why, if the voice of Quelathon on this plane cannot be present to advocate this charge, that they have no standing to contend against the voice of a goddess here.
Will they say it's actually another form of magic, or will?
That's what I was thinking. I actually thought about calling them a miracle like light, but dancing lights exist.
The Magus Claudius is a learned student of all forms of will who would say that no such healing exists in Hermetic mana. Is that true?
Mitra answers you. You give him too much credit, Grape. He's going to say whatever's expedient or convenient to maintain the status quo.
And the thing about these people is that if they see something that scares them, is that they'll be willing to snuff out whatever light that we provide.
I have a question, though. It's been said a lot, and I've never really considered it before, but why did Leptis Regium leave Fang Prime of the Empire to begin with? What brought about that decision? So now that they're crawling back, trying to get back into their good graces, they left for a reason. I have never been able to find out why. I've never looked, to be fair, but...
Tristan says, well, it was a period of withdrawal, partial collapse, but it got staved off.
Again.
Opportunities hundreds of years ago still calling out for today.
More or less.
Real quick. Grim Reaper sent 5 Darkeport Productions gift memberships. Yeah! And HG Styles gave us $10 tithe for the primate gods.
Thank you.
Thank you guys both. We appreciate you.
Can we not?
Grip, I like your argument, and Mitra, I think that's too pessimistic.
I do not want to have another sword through the
She
hole of my
rolls her
chest
eye.
to prove this.
I'll take it. I'll take the blow.
Why are there only 5 here? Why are there only 5 clergy here if this is a matter of such great importance?
That's what I'm saying. Where is the primate? He should be the one making this case as the voice of Quelathon challenging the voice of Talea. What a waste of time,
They're not challenging the
right?
system.
Grip, make an investigation roll.
Nice work, buddy.
This is-
Gripstickle.
Total of 10.
Something is bubbling up in the back of your brain, but it just hasn't coalesced yet.
And Mr. Longinus, who is he specifically?
He's a famous sage, I guess his title now is Senior Sage. He's an all right fellow. I've actually talked to him before. Very, very well educated, of course. But, I don't know, old, tired, sad.
Do we know what his way of argument is? His thoughts, his theories?
Not really.
If we knew his mind, we might be able to understand how we can work with it.
His mind is sculpted by tomes and study. He has not felt the divine mana as you two have, as we all have, as you now have.
Oh, yeah.
And it is it not true that within Fang Prime, there is a raging debate about the church washing the pages of history to more favor their perspective? Could such not be taking place here? Would you swear to such? On your word as a lord of Vale? Perhaps the Lady Planner would consent to at least conceding that, given that it strengthens her daughter's claim. Does it not?
Accusations without evidence will only provocate them into making up their decision for Tornix on our behalf.
But we have our evidence. We have the word of a lord of Vale.
That's not evidence.
Why not?
It's one word against another.
The word of a lord against the word of who?
What's my word of the Lord against theirs?
What you make of it.
To be fair, though, he's not being called Nephis, and they're not trying to make a strong case about that.
Fair.
So maybe, I mean, you're probably right, but maybe.
I feel like, at least by their lights, I wasn't supposed to be here. So Tristan is this young, very young Vale Lord who's come over. He's cousin to Lady Lucretia Vale. Mm-hmm. He is, however, chosen. You don't know how chosen. But he's running around in some enormously, outrageously expensive / rare armor that he is supposed to give over to Lucretia when she eventually arrives.
Does your ring do things like...
I mean,
Kumquat?
we could call for a demonstration. I could cut my own arm and you heal it.
No, that's what I will. What if we ask for? I mean, it could be accusations of bias if it's any one of us. But if it was someone like Polo, Lady Planner's great warrior, if I get him to deal me grievous bodily harm, and we beseech Toea to mend the wound in front of their eyes, how can they deny that?
What if he kills you outright before I can...
Yeah.
I need a diamond. I'm sorry.
He can't, and he will not be able to kill me with a single blow, and we can ask nicely. We just need a display of blood. We need it to look good.
I might have an answer. Everything you're saying, Titus Metellus is right, but I think I might have a way to implement your strategy, Grip.
Yeah?
Yeah. I wrote it up, and I'm going to make sure that I put it in the right hands, that I put it from my hands into the right hands. But remember when I said that I was going to put you all under my aegis of protection? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm putting you all under my aegis of protection.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if they attack me, then that gives me leave. If they're dumb enough to physically assault me in public, then that gives me leave to fight back. And they all know my cousin is going to be here soon.
So
really?
So you decide to fight, basically. Sort of egg them on for it?
I don't want to.
The reality is I'm the only one who truly can pick a fight.
But they might be desperate enough, probably. But they might be desperate enough. If you really get on a roll, they might be desperate enough to try to kill you. So...
You think they'd try to kill me? I can take more.
Ula might. After last night, or after tonight.
A fight is not the end game here. You are best as an example, as a leader, as the one who takes the blows with grace and deals compassion and justice. The strong right arm of justice. You are the voice of truth. They need to respect that. We need to make them understand that.
Then why
Just
don't-
like Lady Bestia made all of these men understand the power of the Empire. You feel it. I feel it. Why can we not do that?
Can he concentrate the ground?
You mean bless the ground?
Or do something to give Toya some sort of...
Heal our wounds? Is that not proof enough?
It would be astonishing.
How about for those who lead, not to fight, but let them hit me
No, not you. Not you.
We can show what our
It lowers your
it is.
standing.
Agreed.
yeah.
You have a dignitas, and part of the dignitas is what's keeping German afloat. I do like you doing it as the catalyst to it, and for us to be the strong right and left hand of Tuea.
Mitra looks over at you. Titus, there is a reason that 2 different gods brought all of us together. I think Grip's strategy has some merit to it. The execution, well,
I want to stand up and then just show directly, just for like anything in that tent of just like how much bigger I'm like, they're as big as me.
Bigger.
I can help with that a bit too. I can give you some extra hit point. Oh,
No.
that's some extra health.
No. I'll take the blow.
Well,
Let him hit me. Let him hit me as hard as he can.
I want to put my hands on your shoulders and be like, you sure?
Needful pain,
indeed.
Titus Metellus.
I know you guys have an eye for that.
Mitra smiles from ear to ear.
Because
And then I'll
get
look
it.
over at Mitra and I'll wink with my also fucked up eye.
She just closes her eye.
is this...
Start winking.
I don't want to be rash, but we can't just let them say what they want. We need to put them on the back foot. Even if none of this works, it still is a display of our intention, our affirmative attention.
It does.
Right?
It does get them to understand or acknowledge there's at least another god or deity in existence, even though they still could say it's blasphemy.
And that could be your on-road for the Numina.
Yes. The
Right?
Nirvana.
So that's the argument you think I should take?
sounds plausible to me.
I'm good in a debate, but I have to know what direction. I'm not a theologian. Titus Metellus, this is deeper water than I'm used to. Politics are one thing, but this is...
Faith is another.
I don't understand these things, not really. I just know that I wasn't supposed to be here, but now I am, and now I should very much be here.
We don't need to cajole or manipulate. We need to tell the truth. Our truth.
And show them.
Agreed. And show it, yes. Show, not tell.
With Veil's protection, I think it is
Okay.
doable.
Tristan, what do they say here about Urkiasi and what's going on over there? The church knows, or
You mean that demon up north?
yeah?
I know about him, but that's just because I read obsessively about the heroics of the people who came before me. But
Me too.
oh yeah? What do you think about? Oh, never mind.
There's no stories of people disappearing.
I mean,
going that
Sage.
direction.
Senior Sage Longinus is going to, of course, he's going to know about it. You know, I imagine he probably knows about the town of Spes that was founded before that KRC destroyed.
But when we're thinking of the faith, too, we are thinking them as an arm of Fane Prime. Even if we convince the church, they're still going to try to, see what victory they can win before them.
True. It's a little more complicated than that, though. And we're in a weird situation right now because we're still, and I know I keep circling back to this, but right now as we're sitting here, Lady Bestia's efforts aside, we're not inside of the Pomerium of the Empire. And the church, the way that it's held, like separate power from the throne, is that it's always held itself out as beyond any man's word. So I think that's actually working to our benefit here because they can't just fall back on the old arguments of we're inside of the Empire, so this is the way we do it. And the Lady Planner yesterday made a fine point, and actually the Magus too, made a strong point of this is not part of the Empire. It's kind of the Wild West right now as far as they're concerned, even though Leptis Regium is a huge city. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This stinks of desperation. Everything the church has done here so far stinks of it. By calling him Nephis, by calling me heretic, when all these things are happening in Leptis Regium right now, the collapse of the church, the potential collapse of the entire city, just going down.
Marcus, it's because you're about to expose them and they know it.
Yes.
And the only thing that
stinks of desperation. Is there any way that we can wheedle that in a bit?
Give me that investigation roll again as they're talking about desperation and how stinky it is.
It's worse.
Damn it. Okay.
You know what? Can I give him advantage? Because I actually have investigation too, and I was the one who actually helped him get to that point.
That sounds like a good application for a help action.
That's why it was allowed. That's why I allowed the second roll.
The thing that I know enough about from Fang Prime and Letus Risham is the reason why they are desperate and dysfunctional is because the only thing that would unite them is an enemy. The same as every story of every history. The second that you have the other,
You're
you
not
have
wrong.
what is right, and they'll fight together.
You threaten them.
If we focus on their division, they can unite against us. We have to focus on what makes us different.
So we go just at the church.
Yeah.
Just
Go as the church.
we
made
ignore.
us sing for
We just really focus on the church. Okay, I can do that.
Because if we know that there are two cities that are completely different, we have the Empire, we have Leptis, but the church is all the same.
Two
They
things
have their
before.
division.
Sorry. Two things before I deliver the scroll. One, I'm really, really nervous about trying to debate Brother Adrian. He's very good at it. I'm going to do it. But even though the senior sage, of course, is like, decades more experienced than him, he's learned, but he's not quick the way that Adrian is. He's very agile on his feet.
And if Adrian happened to somehow get sick,
I don't call for that.
It would be too conspicuous at this
But
point.
Mitra, I did notice something, that Adrian was quite distracted.
He was, and she briefly recounts what had happened, and Tristan's eyebrows raise as he hears bones of the earth. Wow, they're real.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And
Losing of a member of a company is going to always put someone on the back of the feet, so I do have a lot of faith in you, Tristan. Even if he's not at his best.
And he's predisposed to be on our side, even though he must argue against us. So that might still some of his sharper barbs, calm some of his sharper barbs, and he might be physically and mentally distraught because of the drinking and the sadness.
kind of like how the magistrate major hasn't been as good as I've seen him before, or at least heard of him before.
he was very tired. Something was going on.
Well, those murders are continuing on in the city. There's like a whole string of them. But the other thing, I just wanted to say, I don't even really know how to communicate this very well, but so you saw that they had several of the impure monobenders, like their enforcement arm, basically. I noticed that the strongest one of them, Agrippa, is that he's like jittery, I don't know. There was something going on with him, and I couldn't. Maybe somebody with a keener
Be on some sort of space.
Maybe. There are all kinds of rumors that go on about
We know that they're mistreated.
what they've done to them, torture, abuse, all kinds of maybe even will working to ensure that the impure remain, the ones that the church use, remain loyal to them.
So that's where Ricinia is, right? She's finding out about the one that wants to.
The one that we don't talk about, yes.
I'm really not sure where. I'm sure Ricinia is at. She's doing something grand and heroic and important. All right, Ricinia. as you grapple over grain on a darkened cart.
I love it.
You circulate. Make that.
I want to go on kind of the outskirts. I'm not going through the heart of the
makes sense.
The Legionnaire camp. I don't want to mess with that. That's too busy. But also, I'm mostly still keeping an eye out for any Kinky.
Kinky.
Sorry. And then this other figure. I'm more interested in that. I'm just kind of staying kind of in the outskirts. So if I don't see anything there, then at least I might overhear something helpful.
Okay. Make a perception roll and then make an insight for me, because you're still trying to interface with some of the Legionnaires,
Who's not
right?
gonna hate me?
That one.
You can do it. We believe in you.
You can do it.
Doesn't like me. That's a perception.
Yeah, first one's perception.
10.
10. Okay. And then
digits.
so you keep feeling like you're about to spot somebody, and then you get around the tent, or you get around the other side of a barrel, or You hear what you think is a noise, and then every single time that you get there,
Chasing the shadow.
just shadows and dust.
Okay.
And then give me an insight check, because you were saying you were basically circulating and doing like a mood, gathering info on the outskirts.
Oh my god.
Are we struggle busting this session?
It's a 12.
12? Okay.
I know how that rolls.
There is the thread that surprises you. I mean, there's always kind of weird boredom amongst the infantry because it's a hurry up and wait situation. So there was all this screaming and to do about get out, move. And now they're just sitting, and they've been sitting for an entire day. They know they're going to sit for another entire day, and they may sit for a day after that.
He wants a tent for his shoes now.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's some talk about the crazy patrician lady from Fang Prime, and all of that. They don't really know or care what the details of it.
Right.
However, the one surprising thread that you're hearing circulate through is there's a level of confusion that shouldn't be there. Boredom, sure. Maybe even some resentment for getting called away from their families for what they see as nothing.
Can I tell what the confusion is about?
With the 12, really the only thing that you're able to glean, because it's more of like a tone, it's more like an undercurrent thing or a tone thing.
Okay.
But what you're able to glean is that there does not seem to be clear direction from leadership right now.
As to why they're there?
As to what the F they're doing. Yeah, like why they're there, how long they're going to be there, what they should expect. They came out here with no clear marching orders at all. So I'm going to add something to the world, which your character would know. You as the player, I don't think know this though. So there is within the ranks of the legionnaires here a legate, who is essentially the head of the entire legion, and he is not present at the camp, which is almost unheard of.
Like he hasn't been at all?
If he was, he's gone now. But they're just talking about how he's not even bunking up here and what the fuck is going on,
Is there still a tent for him? Probably close to the center.
Yeah, you're gonna have to you'd have to risk a bit to get that's gonna be defended.
That's too risky.
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna change tactics because I feel like I keep seeing something on the edges.
This has taken time as
Yeah.
all this is going on.
About
It's a
what
big
time
camp.
is it now?
It's getting on.
Okay. I'll give it a little bit longer.
You did start early, so I'm giving you some
start
leeway.
heading back towards our tent,
Okay.
but I'm gonna loop around more along the edges.
Okay. Trying to look again for the shadow and dust.
Yeah,
What's going
and
on?
if there's anything that I know about Kingi, where I can basically clue them in of I want to talk, or I'm open.
Okay.
Treats, if they're anything like the cousins.
Yeah.
Hey, some things.
Poison.
I don't know. Is there anything that I know about
Some
them?
things endure.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kingi, at least the Kingi that are hiding in the bowels of Leptis Regium, sewers, and labyrinth,
We have treats and
love them some ripe colin fruit.
Which I know the pig farmer kid. Guard posted
Yes.
to he still had
Yes,
some.
yes, from last two, yes.
I'm gonna make my way over there and see if he still has some.
He
If he's still there.
he is bedding down,
That's
but
fine.
he kind of sleepily yeah, just come back tomorrow and,
Oh, I was just gonna snatch it.
and talk to me. Oh, you're gonna snatch? Okay.
If he's already like bedding down,
he's-
she'll wait a couple of minutes.
He's bedding down. Give me a sleight of hand check. Ricinia, spy extraordinaire.
13.
Does it beat his passive perception? It beats his sleepy passive perception.
Good.
You snatch some of the dried honeyed colin
That would've
fruit.
put him out.
Excellent.
So as you make your way back to the tent, you see it sees you
I
first.
take one piece out and I'm just ever so slowly nibbling on one,
And then
just to show that I have one.
And then it allows you to see it. So you have the tent, you have yourself kind of coming around the back of it, and then a darker shadow detaches itself from a barrel and is just staring there and waiting. And you see a familiar cloak. It might even be the initial one who all the way back when, which was not, we did not record this, but all the way back when was the one who was dogging you in the alleyways of the labyrinth.
Wow.
Really good archer. That's probably the first thing she'll remember.
He has been your enemy, and he has been your desperate ally as well, and everything in between.
I position myself so that I'm a little bit more hidden from others, but not from him.
Okay.
And I'll just...
Like E.T.
He toddles forward, and then you hear, and then he darts back into...
Speak common. Rodaro.
Badly. And then he darts back into the shadows as you hear feet crunching and approaching the front of the tent. So for y'all...
More feet?
Yeah, more feet coming to the tent. It's late now. Was there anybody in there? Devon, make an investigation check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I know where the Magnus is staying? Is he separate? I'm just curious.
No, you don't.
Ooh, no, I fail.
Okay.
Like critical fail.
Fortunately, Mitra rolled a nat 20, so she just like, some intentional company is coming our way. And the reason it was an investigation check, as she looks over, is that this person walked up, was completely silent on their way up to the tent, and then out of nowhere made sure that the last 10 paces they were crunching. To give you a little bit of warning. So Mitra gets up, and since Ricinia, you're not there, as the next lowest person, as the foreigner, she opens the flap. Well, come in, come in. That isn't quite my purpose here tonight, but I would be delighted if your lord in a second could come out.
I recognize that voice.
Not exactly. No.
Yeah, I'll probably just make a look at everyone and walk up.
Okay.
I'm going to stand up.
Yeah. Poke my head out.
Yeah.
So as you go out, and Mitra just keeps the flap like partly popped open. There are 1, 2, 3. So there is a slight. It takes a second in the night to get a read on her. Mm-hmm. There's a small, slightly built woman with close cropped hair, and she has the feeling of youth, but she's old. A good deal, like not quite as old as the Magus, but older than the Lady Planner. Mm. And then behind her are 2 figures in cloaks, one of them obviously masculine, and the other, her height throws you off a second, but the other looks like a semi-incognito Lady Planner who has taken her dignitas and wrapped it around herself like a cloak instead. But she has that same perfected, stately gait, which gives her away.
Yeah.
She's walking, and of course, the cloak rippling a bit in the wind. And she and Polo arrive in front of your tent.
Yeah, I would beckon to give us a moment, kind of walk out, and just be like, to what do I have the pleasure?
She glances at Polo, and he turns away. He actually turned before she even finishes the glance. So he's looking at, his hand is resting lightly on his scabbard, and he's just the picture of alert vigilance. Lord Titus Metellus. I thought that I had a... Thank you, Sasha. That will be all. Domina.
And I'd be like, thank you, Mitra, that would be all. So the flap kind of close a little bit, but they can still hear it, but it would be a pleasantry.
This woman, the one who feels youthful but is old and is slight, steps back into the shadows and is gone.
Yeah.
I believed that I had a singular question that I needed answering when I came into this charming little camp. But actually, it seems I have too. Rather, I have had a second put to me. I don't like questions being put to me, but I accept it as part of the path.
It's part of our station. Same reason why me and Paulo have had swords put to us as questions put to those minds of yours.
Domini, shall I begin with my request or with my question?
I would never suggest a lady to have a man choose for her.
It's too bad you're not older. Well, and she does give you a little hint of a smile.
These women in this world.
Polo, breaking character, looks over his shoulder and gives her a look that, as her lover, not as her bodyguard or a member of her house.
Very.
And then looks over. She, as they have so often done in their relationship, pretends not to notice.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will start with my question. Are you, or are you not, a threat to our way of life?
What I could say. You know it's true. I am not. But an idea, in the wrong hands, can always be taken as a threat to anyone.
And are you the wrong hands?
I don't think I'd have this sword and be able to touch it with my own if I was wrong.
That sword could be a prop.
But you know it's not.
I don't.
No, there's no way I can incite that or not, but...
Right.
I guess you'll just have to trust me.
That won't do. It won't do. Not when the stakes are this high. All right. Would you submit to my magus peering at that blade?
No hand shall touch it other than mine own. Though, I will allow it to touch his shoulder. I promise no harm by that, as mine is a lord, and my blood.
I believe thee.
I cannot atone and/or promise what will happen after I touch him with it.
And if you touch that blade to my flesh, what then?
I think you'd see the truth of it all.
Then let me see the truth of it all. Do you think I'm a wilting creature, Titus Metellus? Do you think I haven't known risk? Do you think I haven't known violence and death my entire life? This is the end product, my dear. This is not where I began, nor is it where I will end. If it's that simple, if my quandary can be dispelled like that, then touch me.
Where's the fun in that? Do you really wish it?
Do you think I would be here on the verge of lowering my dignitas by going to a lesser rustic lord in the middle of the night if I didn't have a true need to know? Domina, Polo, no. You see his body tense, but he doesn't say anything and continues to look out.
I said once I would never draw this sword without true purpose. If it can save a life, including yours, and any of my people's or yours.
It's not my life I'm worried for.
I want to look at Polo to see if he has any reaction to that.
I mean, his back is to you, but you see his body, tight.
Yeah, kind of.
He's angry.
Yeah. Then I understand. And I'll just kind of hold it out.
They're all risks, and then they're all risks, and we need to know. She slides off a silk, gold bedizened glove that costs more than all the gear you've ever worn on your body.
I think it's more than our castle.
And for once, you see just a beat of hesitation. And you hear her whisper something soundlessly. In this moment, if you roll a nat 20 on an insight check, I will give you something on her. Okay. It has happened before.
I'm going to use my Concord dice.
Yes.
And on top of that, I'm also going to use another morale.
Okay.
Which is a 1d8.
1d8, add to it. Yes, it is. This is a good time.
You have any inspiration to go with that?
I do not.
Load it up.
Come on, folks. We can do this. Come on. Okay, so investigation? Or insight. Insight. 14, 15, 16. 16.
16?
Yeah, 12 on the die. With 2. The Concord dice are not.
I will tell you with the 16, so you can't, even in this supreme moment where she is deliberately, in a sense, lowering her guard, you can't see past all of the layers of silk and steel. But you do get steel. And
am I able to invoke Zone of Truth?
When she said that she is not a stranger to violence, you're pretty damn sure she wasn't kidding. You may.
Yeah, I think when she touches that, Titus is going to take his hand off of that part of the blade, and then he's going to put his hand on top of hers, and he wants to Zone of Truth him and her at the same time. Knowing that he'll be completely honest, but also assuring her that he would be doing the exact same thing. Oh, shit. No. I made a mistake.
I see.
I'm sorry, I'm listening at the flap right now. like as close as I can get.
I see what? Exactly.
And I didn't want to interrupt this scene, but I'm just like, give me insight.
Yeah, no, I saw.
As long as I can keep that going throughout the entire thing, every minute if I need to. But I'm in the back, so she can't see. But
okay, what are you trying to do?
I am.
What are you trying to do over there, emissary?
I see. As in, I am satisfied and I win?
Or I'm set.
Or I'm satisfied and I believe you.
Make an insight check, and because you can't see her, do it at disadvantage.
Right, the 10 flap is closed.
I understand. 13, even with a 3.
Okay. Unsure.
Yep.
However, at that moment, make an investigation roll on an earlier quip as her words come back to you. My grandmother
and silk, right?
Began her life in chains and ended it in linens. My mother began her life in linens, then ended it in silk. Words to that effect.
Nice. 16 on the die.
That's really high then.
Yeah. 20. Dirtwan.
So, Dirtwan, some part of you that is bigger than you, but is not actually just the goddess. There is some larger Marcus that is beginning. There's emissary Marcus that is beginning to form in you. And the phrase you hear in her voice, the radical effects of incremental change. Echoes in your mind.
Incremental?
Yes, the radical effects of incremental change.
I don't know too much about that.
So.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
Commander, no. Dignitas or no. If you have harmed her, he has not. Be at ease. Blood, sweat, and silk. What a combination. Titus Metellus, I must ask you something that grieves me. But it is within your power to grant. And I do not believe it compromises any of thy... You see her very deliberately pick this next word. Strictures. Will you swear me an oath upon that blade and upon your dream that you will never cross the pomerium of the Empire?
Ask me that question again tomorrow.
Not good enough. I will have to answer tonight.
I will never swear on that blade for anything other than Toya. Conditions are never met for things such as grand as this.
Then the dream. That's sacred but not holy. I think you understand the difference.
I don't think I do.
I need you to. I wouldn't come all this way.
Why do you not want me to cross? I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused with the matters of court. Of one asking me for a hand for
Indeed.
my blood, and now the other one is asking me to stay far away.
Things move swiftly in these arenas, and I know, young lord, this is the first time that you have been in these waters. The answer is thus. I do not believe you are a threat to our current course up there. Perhaps in the fullness of time, you might even be a benefit. I nor anyone else knows what the next decade of instability and uncertainty will bring in Fang Prime, let alone the Empire writ large. It will be, but we have faced near collapse before, and I believe we will win our way through. There are changes that must be made, even concessions. Power never concedes anything. But injected into my body politic, that, your dream, yes, it could be a grave danger.
You're aware of my grandmother?
I am. I was reading about her earlier today to refresh my memory.
She had coded journals as she left. Something that my grandsire was never able to truly decode, but
My
There's one.
condolences.
sometimes people show up when they need to. But in her diary, there was one part I was able to figure out before my sister. She wrote it. It was about everything in Fave and Prime, and everything about geometry and why it's different. And I think it sums up just about everything that I stand for, but she said, conquest is the venom of man, and I will not have it poison my house, nor my blood. Good evening.
Vale. A delightful constitutional pillow, no? As ever by your side. And she turns and leaves.
Disappointment in her voice.
Go ahead.
At disadvantage too.
You bet.
10.
You are free to take what you
Speculate
will.
how I will. Yeah.
You know the drill, Randy.
Gotcha.
Okay. She turns and recedes back into the night.
Yeah, I'll turn and go back into the camp. And just kind of like look a little absent-minded, sit down, and just knowing until like we're completely alone, making sure that there's no one that hears us, and just entirely be like, they're afraid of us.
They are afraid of us. She was kind of giving you a tacit
Condition.
You cannot.
Was it so much to not say that you'd be there? What was your reasoning for not?
I cannot speak for someone else.
You can speak for yourself, though.
I can't speak for Concord. Swear on that sword.
And you didn't, but she wasn't asking you to swear on Concord.
She's just saying,
She
don't
was.
go to the Empire.
She was saying swear an oath on this sword.
And then she said, what about Germentum? It's sacred, not holy. So he was asking you to swear on your dream, not the sword. But that's all right. I figured something else out, too.
Okay.
But
Quick thing, I did not take it away from that. I thought it was
Okay.
only on the sword or nothing. So,
but
yeah.
you may need to go there as
I
a Battle
understand
Sanctus,
what's
no?
She said, or
Yeah.
Germentum.
That was what I got.
Sorry, I did not
It's all
take it
good.
as
I
that.
got both, yeah.
Well,
But you
So
may need to
something
go
that
there.
echoed in my mind while she was talking, something I'd been thinking on for a while now. The radical effects of incremental change came strongly to my head while I was considering her. And it was basically about the chains to linens to silk thing that she said during the opening statement. To me, it implies that small changes here will set a course much larger down the freight. And while her family might have started in chains, then moved to linens, then moved to silks, it was small incremental changes that made that happen. I think that's why she's afraid of you and us specifically, because we are making small changes that can ripple through the entirety of this culture,
What a not so small.
or not so small.
In this
isn't that
case-
why we were chosen, Marcus?
It was, but maybe it might
So
not
I
be
swear
enough
for them to not have change.
for you personally.
To not go to the Empire. You don't want to go to the Empire.
What if Tuea needs me to be there?
That's why you don't swear it on
What
Twitter.
if the chosen to be a Bellator Sanctus is to not be there for when a god needs you to be?
What if Attila is there?
Exactly.
I feel you.
What if fire and brimstone? What if everything, the end of all?
Then your dignitas is diminished?
Or the world ends?
That's what I'm
The
saying.
world won't
Yeah,
end.
no,
the
it's
world
like,
continues.
yeah.
Regardless of us, we are all specks in this world.
That's what
it
I'm
will
saying.
continue.
Like, if
So
your
I'm
dignitas...
going to lead this with truth. I'm not going to say that I'm not going to be somewhere if we are needed.
Only if you're needed, maybe. Maybe she'll
then,
accept that.
then
Maybe I don't have to go at all, but I'm not going to
Yeah,
say that
then
I'm
you
not.
make it- unless
on my
I'm-
word and my oath and my city and everything that I hold dear.
unless
not going
I'm
to
being
lie.
directed by my goddess Tuea, I will not set foot past the promenade.
That is clever.
Yeah.
I will not set foot. But
Perhaps it can be a condition at tomorrow's. jump.
I don't know if I'll have the chance again. She came under the cover of night so that nobody could see this.
She might have already made her decision. What did
Maybe
she
we
say?
go
She
to her.
happens fast.
Catch it. Either now or before it begins, before
Run.
dawn.
I don't often say this, but I think that is the correct path here. I don't know. I'm not a lord. I don't know.
I'll go with you.
And you still have to deliver your proclamation anyway.
Yeah, I do.
So that's a good reason enough for both of you to be there.
Come on.
I will follow.
If you agree, Titus Metellus. I'm not afraid of her. Well, I'm a little afraid of her, but I'm not afraid of her.
I could use a little bit of fresh air.
Okay, come on.
I follow.
Oh shit.
He takes the scroll.
I'll stay here, I guess.
And the two lords
follow.
the two lords go running off. Okay, you're
I'm actually looking for the Magnus.
Okay.
Stabbed.
May get stabbed.
okay. You know your friend Racini is lurking in the area, but he's not going to come out while all this activity is happening. But has seen you now.
Okay.
So, and you think you're pretty sure he recognized you even in the dimness behind the tent.
Question. I actually speak Kithki.
Yes.
Is that close enough to the Kingi language?
You can-
I'm sure there's differences.
There are, but you can kind of understand each other.
It might be closer to a
like Irish and
conversation than
Scottish.
a
It's probably closer. Yeah, it actually probably is closer. Okay, so Tristan is running, and
Do I see them?
no,
I don't know.
Tristan's running, and you see Polo spin, turn around,
Yeah.
ready, and Hux.
Always.
Hux.
Peace. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
That was Tristan, of course. And you see the Lady Planner just cloaked in her stately way, regally going down. And people are bowing to her as they see her, but it is late now, and she deliberately picked a dark cloak. And you feel her do that thing as she extends out, tests you, tastes him. Young Lord Vale enters the fray. And she sweeps around.
Yeah. I'd be like, I wanted to escort the young lord.
No doubt. Domina, I, here. How artful. But she takes it anyway. Mm-hmm. And he does give her like a very credible, courtly bow. Not stiff at all. Almost playful. She does not. Aren't you going to? In due time. Yes, of course. Do we have further business?
That'll be all. And then I'm going to turn and take Tristan with me. And go back to the tent.
Tristan grabs you almost like at that precipice between man and boy, you know. He grabs you and he says, "Thread the needle, yeah?" Meanwhile, Polo looks at you, and if you have your scroll in hand, because you would have just finished it, he kind of snaps at you.
For the Magnus. Please.
Takes it, plead to plead, just takes it, kind of matter-of-factly tucks it away. Corey, look at that! Hey. For the first time in this whole damn run, I get a scroll from a player. Yay! So that is the first, I think. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, I will read that at break.
Yeah.
So he pulls at you, almost childlike.
Titus will turn as if almost had slipped his mind, and then he'll walk over to Lady Planner, do his bow and all that.
So you come around because she had started slowly walking away. Twice in one evening, Domine.
Both unexpected.
Both memorable.
I will stay as such until I am called by my God or you. Stay in your silks.
So you're telling me anything short of... What was her name again?
Toya.
She... Like the moon Taway. The moon of Taway. Huh.
Funny how words do that. But you should be welcomed. within the same sentence. For a few call.
So of nothing of mortal urgency will you come south. Only her world? Yes?
Perhaps yours.
Acceptable. Let me hear you say it.
I, Lord Titus Metellus.
You feel her gathering something, listening closely to you. You feel the presence of dozens of generations of patricians around her, listening intently to you now. You feel the earth under your feet still. The wind calms down, and there's a glistening intensity in her eye that you have not seen before.
I, Titus Metellus Glabriel Vorn, will not cross into Fang Prime unless for that of an order as a Bellator Sanctus.
And the Pomerium of the larger empire either.
Unless directed by my choice by Tuea as her Bellator Sanctus.
And I, Shakola, Junia, Dinah, Tyranix, hear thee, Titus Metellus Glabriel Vorn. And we accept your terms. And if you didn't know better, you would say that's a sigh of relief.
I don't like that. But okay.
When this is finished, if the fates be kind, I will tell you what the question was that was put to me tonight that I did not care for. You have made answering that question far less painful than it would have been. Vale.
Vale.
For now. And with that,
As a collective sigh, I'm like, oh god.
Hey, dude. You.
Hey, Dios mío.
and with that, we no, I can't say that. Can't speak out of turn. So we will go to intermission, and we will see you in just a few minutes, faraway friends.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
My God.
why limit your imagination? In the tabletop role-playing space, customization is everything, especially when it comes to your character. Whether you're a player, a painter, or a master of tales, your character is what matters most. Using high-quality, fully customizable miniatures, you can be built for battle with Eldritch Foundry.
Welcome to Constructed Chaos, a D&D live play channel where you get to control the game. Join us on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time for our in-person live stream that allows you to influence our adventures in major ways, from alternate plot points to rerolls to absolute chaos. And tune in on Mondays at 7 for our brand new Chat Plays D&D format where you get to roll the dice and pilot the characters themselves straight from the live stream chat. And between it all, there's tons of homebrew content and guides that we release every single month. So be sure to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, go out there and make some chaos.
a voice to greet the rising sun. Your splendorous touch burns away the dark with a soft golden hue. Your world is made anew. We follow the path you've laid.
Welcome back, faraway friends, to the ongoing sprawling tale where everything is going to turn out just fine.
It might now.
It's all going to happen.
Everything is hunky dory.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's
Tale of Tales.
We did it.
You got to touch the flame to the wick for it to work.
So, the day has at last arrived.
The day for after 2 years has last arrived.
It has come.
To this.
The fellowship goes through its morning rituals.
2 years and 4 weeks.
Ursinia, you find
They never make it back to the tent.
deposited on next to your bedroll is a little crudely stitched tiny doll. And your character would recognize this as the handiwork of one of the most ferocious of the Kingi enforcers, ? Guardians, ? His name is Rupel.
Is this a good sign or a bad sign?
You think this is
My stomach drop, or I'm like,
generally good?
This inside the tent.
And that was in fact the creature that you were seeing last night, Rupel. A really good shot. Yeah.
Rupel.
He has the old power, like Merrick, so he's freakishly strong for a Kingi.
is he the one that ripped the bars off that second story window?
Yes. Yes. 2.5 years later, do you get the answer to that?
Later, I finally learned his name.
The doll maker.
Did he show up from Hyrule?
And he has a little thing about dollies, about like stitching dollies. So
It's like his whittling.
it's kind of like his it's kind of like his
Okay,
whittling.
so this isn't like a voodoo doll.
There's no humans.
I mean,
There's no hex or curse.
it looks like a voodoo doll, but it's not actually a cursed doll. No.
Okay, good.
This is his
It's just
Kingi.
stylistically.
Yes.
Art form.
This is his Kingi version of saying you are seen.
Okay.
Does it have
All right,
her
that's
hair?
fine. I like that.
I leave cards, he
And it's
leaves
about-
dolls.
I mean, it's only about like yay.
Oh, it's Diddle.
It's
Oh,
itty.
the little doll.
It's itty. Yeah.
I put it in my pocket.
It's a meeple.
I put it in a pocket somewhere. I have pockets.
It just disappears into one of the many.
To one of the folds of the fabric of the things.
So doing morning routine.
Yes.
I want to sneak a quick word with Titus before we venture out into the broader world.
Okay. And as you're at the tent flap, Mitra has a brief conversation with you. Marcus, I'll go ahead and run that first. It's short. She essentially tells you, Marcus, my goddess brought me across the burning sands to you. Your goddess brought you over bogs to Jaramentum. We are here because we are supposed to be here. And him no less. Walk with absolute certainty that this is the path. This is needful, whatever the pain that comes.
I will. Thank you.
That was good, Granny.
Okay.
Before the whole thing starts, I do want to pull aside both of the lords and just give them a very, because I didn't discover that much, but the fact that there's no leadership here among the Legionnaires.
Like a very short, okay.
Yeah, that feels important. And there's definitely all kinds of corruption. Things are not the way they're supposed to be.
Things are getting, rampantly stolen. And you're sure like...
So she doesn't waste their time,
Yeah.
but she passes those.
Has there been any notice of a legate going further north from this camp?
No. As far as you know, he's sitting in Leptis region right now.
Okay.
Hey, Titus.
Yes, Grip.
So I'm not gonna say anything at the rest of your trial. I think you'll do it much better than I could. But when it comes time for Marcus, I think I'm gonna try to help Tristan. And if they ask, I think it might be helpful if I had more of like an official position. So if they ask, can I tell them I'm your advisor? Even if it's for a day.
I'd prefer if it was longer.
Okay,
And
Agreed.
you've earned this.
thanks.
And I know you don't like to say it aloud often, but I think it would carry a lot of weight if you were to use your grandsire's name.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I think it'd be better having having you walk next to it, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I promised I would. I shall.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
As you, this morning, perhaps more than usual, swiftly but with intent, drop into Concord.
Yeah, I would have said I would have been praying.
You feel her presence, and today she chooses to come to you and put her hand on your shoulder from behind. There's almost, for the first time, there's almost a maternal warmth to her. Hail to thee, champion.
Did I do right?
Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry for my doubt.
We are all imperfect vessels, Titus Metellus. Yet, you grow by the day.
Thank you.
I came here to tell you not to add to your burdens this day. You will have much. This is the day that fate has watched for. She will be here. The brothers will be here. One of them already is. The Lady Planner is a remarkable woman, incredibly deep, perhaps one of the most complicated souls I have ever touched. And I'm including the Rajad in that, the mouthpiece and master manipulator of the last threat to this world. She is also deeply in the favor of the Titan of the Abyss.
Feel as much?
Fortunately, very fortunately, the Titan is not your destined enemy in this time and place.
Yet.
She recognized me for what I was.
Is her soul redeemable?
The relationship with the Titan is different than yours with Tuea or even the emissaries. It is a contract, an understanding.
Oh.
Redeemable? She will have her part to play, and she believes, as all such, that what she does is for the greater good.
Did you hear a question?
It was not mine to pry, and so I did not. Do you have a question for me?
What else can I do?
I have another gift for thee this day, Titus Metellus. This one is somewhat more subtle. I have prayed and asked permission, and the lady has granted my request. You may use my physical form as a conduit to a glimpse into her plan. At certain times, in certain ways, I would imagine today is one of them. And if you need to know the direction to go, you ask me for clarity. This is the best answer I could provide to get myself out of the way. It could be overwhelming, but I believe she does know your heart very, very well. I've told you before, she chose well. I meant it.
That's the only thing that works in me.
I was made by the goddess of truth, so I better well mean everything that I say.
Yeah, I believe that. You, Marcus, and Olivia are the only people that have ever been honest. To a fault.
She hesitates the first time you've seen her do that.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about the differences in eras, and we've talked about the similarities of the two men who came before you. Do you know what I find different about you? I haven't known you very long, but I think I've known you long enough to say this. You're the most vulnerable of the three, with all the strength and weaknesses that brings. You have a tenderness to you, Titus. Never run from that. Embrace it. You cannot be a mountain of stone like Wex, and you won't be perfection made flesh, the way that Jason was. Just you. She chose correctly, and today is the day. You will prove that.
You say it is true, and now I know it.
When the moment comes, call upon me. And if it is that day, I will do my utmost to show them all the truth of the dream.
I shall.
Hail to thee, champion.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh,
We're
God.
all standing there saluting when you come out of your trance.
Hey, what's for breakfast?
All right. Who's leading? Okay.
I'll be right next to him.
Fine.
I'm behind, and I'm looking for anyone looking to shoot at range, assassins, all that sort of stuff.
Mirk's back in you.
Make a perception check. So was Mitra. Just a matter of fact.
I'm also
Scanning the area.
Ooh, not that great. It's
not
gonna
really
be
expecting anything.
Go ahead,
a
Melissa. Yeah, go make a
12.
perception. Okay.
Let's try to be nice. Yes.
That's much better.
I see things. That's a 21.
That's a 21.
All right.
You do see.
all kinds of
You do see
things.
things.
What do I see?
Dead people.
What do I see?
The main thing you see is several well-fed children in cloaks who seem to be pacing you right now. You don't spot Rupel, but you know he's here. Even with the 21, you didn't spot him. You also know that thing is just uncannily good at melting away and is nigh invisible. But these lesser Kingi, because that's what they are, you are able to catch the little
Clumsiness.
the little motions. And it's funny, Donnie, you were just acting that out, and there's a weird we called it a gwaddle a long time ago because it's a graceful waddle. So there's this weird thing going on where their they are incredibly graceful and well coordinated, higher base dex than humans, but they have these weird proportions.
It's like a penguin.
So
Yeah.
like a ballerina penguin or something.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. You can clip that.
They make me so happy.
Kingi or ballerina penguins. So you're going through, and there are some of the guards have turned out, and they're lining the avenue. Make a persuasion check. It's more like a vibe check, but
While we're passing on through, I'm actually looking for little clusters of 12.
15.
Like little clusters of 12 fighters who are all sitting back and watching.
I like 12 people, 12
Okay.
letters.
And I know they always stand in coming in 12s.
not many in the camp proper.
Anybody on the outskirts of it?
You can't see the outskirts right now.
15.
15.
I was also trying to not read, but I'm like our presence, we are walking with purpose. We are larger than we are seeming.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to put out.
Titus. For
Some
sure.
charisma.
I will.
It's so high, he's literally perpendicular.
I'll let
He
you.
feels really good.
The fellowship are here.
I'll let you roll. I'll let you roll with advantage then, since Group is bolstering you.
My man.
All right.
Come on, baby. Worse.
Worse. Okay. So
15.
So we take
Still
the
good.
15.
Yeah.
There are a few of these legionnaires who are not just giving you kind of a cursory bow, but they're bowing their head, and they are keeping their gaze on the ground until you're fully past. And you hear the drums ahead of you as Polo, lightning from heaven, Fulgor's hype man gets there ahead of time and is announcing him. Yeah, that's right. Just like that, Randy. Just like that.
Just like that.
You know what? I'm stealing that. Yeah, the hype man. Polo, lightning from heaven, Fulgor.
You just pound your hand down like you're lightning striking the ground in front of them.
And so there's a colorful crew of gladiators, actually, more than just Fulgor himself, who have shown up that are sitting around on the magistrate's side, and they're treating this as part spectacle, part intrigue, perhaps part payoff. You don't know. Payout. You don't know.
Corruption.
Are there any young ones there?
Sure.
Great. Can I take a moment to just really zero in on him to see if there's any kind of anticipation ready, or like when I give the signal, kind of feel like that.
We're gonna
And I'm looking for the younger ones because they'll probably be less seasoned at.
Make an insight check.
Got it.
Insight check.
14.
Okay.
Not bad.
There's one lad who keeps nervously. He rolled real bad. He keeps and you specifically said the younger one, so it was smart, Randy.
Good idea.
That's good. He keeps looking at the magistrate, and the magistrate is not looking over at him. If anything, the magistrate looks worse than he did the day before. He's not even really trying to hide the bags anymore. And you see Ovidia, his very
Plump
cunning
wife.
wife, is not there.
Yeah. Marcus's is kingy wife.
It's an oversized kingy. So
Does he look sickly or just tired?
make a medicine check.
Yeah.
I guess his wife wasn't at the party last night either.
Nope.
Yeah, I got a 7 on the die. 14 still.
There's something going on. You're not entirely you're so far away from him. You'd have to touch him and then also smell him because there's certain smells that come off of a person.
I'll lean over quietly to Titus. The magistrate's sick, and I'm not sure why. It's been progressing since he's got here. And his wife was not there last night, and she's not here now. But she was quick to speak for him.
Is the butcher there?
Oh yeah.
Can I roll a history check to see if he reminds me of anything that I may have seen on the island, like a unmoving natural or anything like that?
Investigation. Yeah.
How far back on which side is
16.
16.
on my side or on his own? On the
And
other
you're
side?
specifically looking to see if he's not really human.
No, but we're still
Yeah,
walking together.
I'm trying to see if
walking
it's like
inside.
almost like
Okay, that'll
is
be
there a
this-
bewitchment or something that's similar to what Capio would do or
Right.
something of that nature.
And the riveted on armor and everything. He is such an outlandish figure. You're not certain, but there's definitely something off
Yeah,
about him.
because I was thinking, I'm like, is there like a bewitchment thing going on?
Like there's this he won't move for long periods of time, and then there's this weird little spasm, twitch,
okay.
and then it's back to being a statue, and then there's a twit, and then there's a twit, and it's not like the normal kind of,
Yeah, not shaking
shaking
out
yourself
the-
out. No,
yeah.
it's just out of like.
Yeah, as if his heartbeat, and he's like, oh, it's doing it again.
And then to the other side of me, if Grip is there, I'd be like, the young one to the right. He's looking at the magistrate, and he keeps waiting for a signal. I don't know what, but he's doing it.
Yeah, you look over. There's a wheat-haired Listham youth who's well armored, kind of playing dexterous enough that he's just playing with his dagger and running it through his fingers like some men would run coins through. And you see all this nervous energy. He's trying to play it cool, kind of kick back against one of the stands. But he does keep looking back. He does actually, now that you're watching him, keep looking over at the magistrate.
Are they gonna fucking attack us?
If they fail, yes, probably.
Now, that was the magistrate's men. This is not the church.
Right. I was looking at the bar.
I just want to be clear.
Because it was brought up.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to be clear about the facts.
It's like nervous
Couple
energy.
new
There's
sessions
no
ago.
commander. Like, are they gonna fucking attack us?
Well, the Tornix legionnaires and everything like that, they do follow Polo.
Separate from the regular ones.
So
That's like the majority of the camp.
no, the majority of the camp is magistrate majors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
well,
Unled.
supposedly it should be the absent legate actually is who should be commanding
okay.
this camp.
Cool.
In absence of the legate, it gets a little murky because while the magistrate major is the ranking person, he's on the civilian side of the command structure. He's not
Yeah.
military.
Yep. Okay.
So it who is actually in control of the camp to what you were discovering earlier is, I mean, there's people like, what the hell is...
There's no bad.
He doesn't
going
get
on?
his petition for Nevis. Then he can just say fuck you to the Empire and do whatever he wants and try to fucking kill you. He wants to kill you.
I don't think it's him.
Make a... Grip, this is the last time before we start the scene, but make that damn investigation roll again.
Morale.
If you fail, you fail.
Throwing in morale,
Okay.
I can't help.
which is a +5.
Yay.
So with my investigation, that's a +8
Okay.
for a total of 14.
As the lesser genius struggles to put the pieces together. And there's something, I'll give it to you a little bit deeper into the scene.
Fuck.
So, finally, Senior Sage Longinus rises and takes some kind of, is prodded into taking some initiative. You do see Adrian there, brother Adrian, who had been in Moon's past, had been actually quite a close ally. And it's an odd thing to see that brilliant mind sitting on the other side of the ledger. He looks at you, Marcus, gives you like a small, sad nod, and then tries to put some steel in his spine. He doesn't quite have the glow that he usually does, though, this morning.
I'm going to give him a return nod.
Chamber pot.
As imparting like I understand you have to do what you have to do. So.
It's not really persuasion, it's not exactly insight, but make either of those as you choose.
I got it, bro.
As you choose.
A lot.
So it's a reverse empathy. Or it's basically you're trying to project something to him instead of trying to take something to him.
I got an 18 on the die with my insight. It's 25.
Nice roll.
He actually takes the breath in, and unless you missed it and then events begin to unfold, he either makes a decision or he is more comfortable with the decision he has made.
Oh.
After that moment.
And with the final nod, just move on with.
Vale, Lady Planner, long have you traveled to be with us. This is of course, the Senior Sage. And we appreciate that more than we can say. It is an immense honor to have a person of your station, accomplishments, and substance, as well, of course, as your magnificent daughter, young Lady Bestia Junia Dinah Tyranix. Heard.
Nice, dude. Hell yeah.
Magistrate Major, of course, it is always a pleasure to have you with us.
Deep sarcasm in that voice.
And now, friends, allies, Quietus, we must turn ourselves to a grievous injustice and a festering boil on the spiritual body of all of Leptis Regium and indeed all the world. Marcus of Pollux, avast, Senior Sage, as Tristan steps forward. And he says, I have not given thee permission yet, or leave, to call Marcus. I will have my say, as is my right, as a lord of Vale in good standing with his house and with the Empire. Lady Planner, she says, this is in order. And I will add, young Lord Vale, you have grown impressively since the last time I saw you running about court. Please proceed. Thank you.
Priest.
This man has been charged with all manner of things, and he's beginning to circle. This man, Marcus of Pollux, yes, pig farmer, yes, husband, yes, defender of the walls of Geramentum. He never sought any of this. It found him. And as to the, I'm not going to try to anticipate what charges exactly, specifically by the law you're all going to try to bring, ecclesiastical or secular. But what I'm going to say is that everything that flows from here, you have to understand, I demand that you understand, that he has been acting in good faith every step of his journey. Every blessed one. And you're going to see that as we go back and forth on this. All right. And understood.
Furthermore, it is Marcus of Geromentrum, not of Pollux. And then let the record reflect that.
And Tristan looks back.
He smiles briefly. Stipulated, Domine. You kind of see the thin lips pinch together.
Yeah.
That's it. Marcus of Geromentum. Step forward, then.
And true to Mitra's words, I step forward strong. Tap, tap, tap. And directly face him. My accuser.
And I stand behind him, but enough that I'm staring him directly in his eyes.
Okay.
And it's just kind of like a, go ahead.
There's, for those of you who are watching intently, probably at least Mitra catches this, but one of the lesser beacons gives Adrian just a little prod, and then Adrian stands up, basically, so the senior sage isn't up there by himself. And there's still a good gap between y'all. It's not like you're snout to snout or something.
I am preparing a action.
Okay.
Holding it.
Yeah.
If I see anything going towards him, I will intercept it with my body.
Ooh.
Okay.
Different.
Secret Service.
Okay, so you get close enough now. You know that you can move with shocking speed when you need to, because of your chosen grace. So you get to where a normal man would be too far, but not yourself. Like you'd be close enough to.
Yeah. A little surprised.
Otherwise, it would look weird.
Great boy.
I do not seek to prolong this situation. So I will simply ask, which god do you claim your noted abilities flow from? Or indeed, are you now ready to recant that they were divinely given at all, and perhaps they are merely, I take that word from the record, that they are purely, and he looks up at the Magus, will-working of a nature which we have not yet encountered, perhaps transmutation of the flesh.
My goddess is Tuea, the goddess of justice and truth, mistress of the long peace, and handmaiden to the supreme phoenix.
This entity is unknown to us.
As many Numina are.
And you, Tristan nods at that, you claim that this is the source of your talents.
I declare it.
Yes. Countrymen, Queritus, we have not been at this but a handful of flickers, and already this man concedes my point.
And what point is that, magistrate? If I can be so bold.
And Tristan says, Senior Sage.
Senior Sage.
Sorry. And he just moves. He doesn't even mock you for it. He just moves right on past it and
Can I pay
leans
attention to the magistrate whenever he declares?
Yes. Make an insight check.
God damn it, no.
Okay.
Hot dice. It's all right. Cool down.
You're just saving up.
I'm just
You're saving up.
Get the bad juju.
Sorry, Randy. Give me the last. I got caught up in that. Give me the last one.
I declare.
Declare it. Yeah.
Oh, and what, pray tell,
Yeah.
Senior Sage, are you accusing me of?
That you are spreading false doctrine. That all power, all light, all of the gold, yes, we are not ignorant, Marcus of Geromentum.
Thank you.
Of what you have come calling into being. But surely, you must know after what? How many winters do you have?
Almost 40.
And after such a long time, you must know that all divine energies emanate from the sun source, from Quaelathon himself.
And the Pantheon of Light. Yes.
And you still remain in your apostasy. Of what flavor, Senior Sage? Blasphemy or heresy? Please be specific.
I'll look at Adrian as he says this too. Look between the two of them because they're standing right next to each other.
The sage just continues up. Adrian does glance at the sage to see if he's going to get consulted. He doesn't, though. Since you ask so kindly, Lord Vale, I would say I will concede the young lord's earlier point. I will assume that you have been acting in good faith, and that your particular flavor of apostasy is born merely from stubbornness and ignorance, not wickedness. So I would say heresy. Now, I tell you, as the authority on this continent, on history and matters arcane, and where it meets with the divine, would anyone care to challenge that title?
I'm thinking, could anybody care to challenge that?
Silence. Then I tell you, your abilities come from the Lord of Light. You are incredibly privileged to experience these things, and he does work in ways that mortal men cannot comprehend. There are those in my church who argued strenuously to simply take your head at the earliest opportunity. That is not the way of the Third Light, Marcus of Germentum. This is why I am giving you the opportunity to dispel thy ignorance and proclaim the truth. Recant this heretical stance and embrace the fact that you have been given a gift beyond measure.
I have, you're right. I have been given a gift beyond measure. The world has been given a gift beyond measure. And I am simply a conduit. But if you wish me to lie and say that it is from Quaelathon, those untruths will never pass my lips.
What unbridled arrogance.
Truth. It is the truth.
Pride.
Maybe, but I am proud of what I serve and who I serve.
Senior Sage, if I may. You will get no further down this road than I have, Brother Adrian. Yet I may try. He is prideful.
Can I...
And the Senior Sage does sit down, though, as Adrian steps closer to you.
Can we get a reading on Adrian's intent right now?
You may try.
I'm rolling like you are. It's contagious. Stop it. You're just looking for missiles, you know?
So he's just infecting people. So Adrian has taken himself and all of the wounding from last night, all of the insecurity, even the friendliness, all of that now is just submerged under a mask of the pure intellectual. And you see that he's grown in these moons since you saw him.
Physically bigger?
No, but the way that he commands the area, the clarity that he looks at you with, and however he feels about your erstwhile companion Katrin running off on a mission he doesn't fully understand, and because he's not chosen, can't possibly accompany her on. None of that is in his mind right now, as far as you can see. Marcus of Germentum. It has a good ring. You are, let's not try to hide the cat here. You know me.
I do.
And how?
You are a companion of Germentum, at least at one point. You showed up, you met us, you met somebody else. And
Indeed.
you went on your way.
Many people.
You have. But it was always a good relationship that we had.
And he's not exactly walking around you, but he is kind of he is moving. Yeah,
I don't turn with him. I basically look as he goes.
Dressing the whole audience, basically.
Yes.
Movement, yeah.
And he says, when did you first embody the gold? We are stipulated, everyone here, the gold, and by the gold I mean what my superior, Senior Sage Longinus, was referring to as the remarkable gifts that have been given from Quaelathon. With full respect, Senior Sage, that is the point of contention upon which we are currently engaged in. So, the gold that heals people. When did you first experience that?
In Pulux, after a Utini attack. There was a little girl who was dying, and no one could give her aid. Lady Vale rode up on her magnificent steed, and we were ready to do last rites, and my hand started burning. And I felt compelled to touch her. And when I did, it scared me.
Of course it did.
But she lived and breathed and presumably still breathes to this day.
And I bore witness. With mine own eyes.
Understood, Lord Vaughn. Scriveners, you are collecting this, and there's a...
As well as Lady Vale.
There's a guild of Scriveners that I've hardly mentioned because they are staying very carefully neutral in all of this. They're not sitting even with the Magistrate Major.
Do we get to read?
They are just doing their Scrivener thing, but you have 3 of them copying down what's going on, essentially, and then they're going to compare notes later on to try to get the best version of it, the most complete version of it. And he says, unfold the Scriveners Guild by Lady Vale, you would mean one Lucretia Tarquinia Domitia Vale. Very good.
The very one, yes.
To each who is, should be noted, has been given by his Imperial Majesty, no less, the boon of sui juris. So legally, she is a man. She is beholden to no laws. She is completely and totally in her own power. There's a little bit of murmur at that. Some of the Scriveners did know that. So,
nice.
There we are. And at that time, what did you believe?
At that time, I believed that it was Quaelathon.
Why?
Because it's all I had ever known.
And?
And who else would have given it to me?
There we are.
But circumstances beyond that has shown us more of a complete picture. I was reacting out of ignorance because I have never known anything before.
Ignorance is no sin.
It's not.
At least in the third light. Accepting ignorance is the sin. So.
Withholding knowledge is also by the church. He was a pig farmer. He could not read. Or find anything else about his gods.
Do you read?
No. Do I have a divine gift that allows me to read when I need to? Yes. Do I...
Murmurs.
Do I know by myself how to read under my own cognizance? No.
Fascinating. I mean that genuinely. Did not know that. Very well. So, that does not undercut Lord Vaughn's point then. Up to that point before the gold manifested, you had felt nothing. No. Read nothing and felt nothing of this gold.
I was devoutly seventh. Devoutly, as my family were for generations before that.
He turns, home and hearth, allies, countrymen, home and hearth, as you would expect a pig farmer to be. Seventh light of Quaelathon, of our Lord and our pole star. And when did you... I will phrase this correctly, Senior Sage. There are competing interests here, and I mean to choose my words precisely.
Appreciate it.
When did your faith in the seventh light of Quaelathon flag?
It had begun flagging as I called on Quaelathon to perform the miracles that I thought he was giving to me, and it wouldn't come. There was a blockage. Something was stopping it from manifesting. We made it to the island after that, where we discovered the truth of things.
The island.
The island.
3 days north of Jellimentrum, fiction of stories.
The place that
Jason Tenderheart.
the place that Jason Henderheart.
Now there are a lot more murmurs.
Tenderheart Insula.
The place Jason Henderheart was
Finally rested.
entombed.
And one of the Scrivener's quills comes out. I'm getting to that.
I need more ink. Stall him.
And by Jason Tenderheart, you mean the second most powerful chosen to ever walk the earth. The wielder of that artifact that Lord Vaughn currently has lashed to his side.
Indeed, the very one.
This is your claim.
Yes,
This is extraordinary.
these are extraordinary times.
Did you get that? Yes. Thank you.
We could describe the chapel in detail too, if you'd like.
I don't think that will be necessary, actually. Unless, Lord Vale, you would care for him too, Tristan says. On my own recognizance, absolutely. For the purposes of this proceeding, no.
And I'll look at him and I'll nod.
Can we talk about that for
Please. Shelf this for now.
See, Lulu, I'm doing the thing. He's kind of mutters to himself. Only you guys, only you guys could hear that. Because you see this starry-eyed boy desperately wants to hear about the chapel.
100%.
The chapel of Jason Tenderheart.
One of the scribes?
No.
Tristan.
Yeah,
Oh.
Mega fan of.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fanboying. He fanboys hard on.
This is so cool.
On all the heroes. Right. So there you were, experiencing things that, admittedly, none of us, except for those present at that time, well, ever Lord Vaughan was present at that time.
He was.
Throughout the entirety of it.
I was.
Very good. And my lord, unless I hear differently, I'm going to assume that you are vouching not just with your station, but with your personal dignitas that every word out of this man's mouth is accurate.
Every word out of any man in my company here.
A bold claim. We appreciate that.
And woman.
It makes the proceedings smoother. He pauses. It looks like Tristan is going to add something and then just shakes his head. What I believe happened, and now he's speaking less to you and more to the crowd, still looking at you occasionally. The most Lucida's razor is that
Inspiration.
is that
I've given you mine.
I got to scroll for the first time. And the players are now giving me inspiration. I love it.
You could use one of your dice.
Is that you were caught up in what I don't think anyone here would credibly argue were not remarkable circumstances. We have seen some of those ourselves, conscript fathers, I would submit, in Leptis Regium these past 2 winters, and we're unfortunately beginning to see more of them. And you see the magistrate major kind of give Adrian a dirty look at that.
Love it.
And that you, Marcus, were unduly influenced by what you experienced in this island, which no doubt had creatures, yes?
It did, yes.
Patricians.
Had restless dead, I'm to understand. Had long-lost patricians.
Indeed.
Had empowered artifacts sitting on it, yes?
As they
are here now.
As I look to
well,
Loy.
And the Loy.
Loy exit. Well, that's okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tesserin Stormwarden.
That name means nothing to most of them, but a couple of them, including Adrian, including the senior sage, including one of the Scriveners, like really look at you hard now.
Just purposefully, like, this is what has happened. This is who we are.
He speaks the truth.
Yeah. Please, Agrippa Neus of Jerumentrum. And kind of like introducing him to speak.
He nods. I see. So we are now adding to this incredible tale.
You wanted the truth, did you not?
For those of you who are not familiar with the name, Tesserin Stormwarden was the lifelong companion of Jason Tenderheart.
Beautiful too.
That would mean that being, you are claiming that a being that was at least 2 centuries old was greeting you on the island.
Yes.
Not how I would describe it, but...
Not challenging us on the island to be...
Challenge, I see, even better. Far better tale that way. Senior Sage, do we stipulate to this? This is all a farce, but I believe I see the bramble through which you pick, brother. Yes, let us stipulate at least that it is possible. Or at least, no, more precise, that these people, and from one quick look from the Lady Planner, he says, and their lord.
Yeah. This is where I was staring at daggers.
Yeah, no, I could feel it. I could feel it over there.
Yeah.
That they believe that they encountered this Tesseran Storm Warden. All right. Does that satisfy you, Lord Vale, Lord Vaughn?
If it's true.
Then I will continue. If those things are happening, do we not think that it is by far the more likely thing that you have been toyed with and befuddled by forces beyond your control, and that you know not what you speak? Isn't that the most likely thing, Marcus?
To those who have no faith, absolutely.
Or seen miracles.
But to those of us who can actually prove it, might be something more.
What if we take, and the Senior Sage is about to throw something, what if we take that same attitude and apply it a little bit differently? What if we postulate, well, that I'm right and you're mistaken, and that you are genuinely confused?
Okay.
Would that then not argue strongly for clemency, Senior Sage Longinus? And you hear, for those of you with like a high enough perception, you can choose if your characters hear this, there is a hard whispered, "What are you doing?" from the church delegation.
Yeah.
Adrian steps closer to you. Marcus, this is the out.
I know it's the out, but it's predicated on a lie, and my goddess is the goddess of justice and truth, Adrian.
He steps back. You will please speak up, brother. Oh, of course, forgive me, I
Cough.
Whisper, like, under my breath to Tristan.
Okay.
If I'm remembering names correctly.
Yeah.
Lord Vale present. Did he just not say that ignorance is not a sin, but willful ignorance?
He's trying to give him an out.
I don't hear that. Yeah. I'm focused totally on him.
Okay.
Clemency suggests that I have done something wrong by believing in something that the church has no real understanding of. I have done no wrong except question. And I have found answers. I stand by my statements.
All the easier for us.
You might like it to be that way, yes. But it ain't gonna be that easy. It ain't. Yeah, you might win today. You might.
We already have, by your own words.
Yes, words that you control the narrative of, which you can twist and do whatever you will with it. That's fair. It is a tried, timeless tactic.
It is the unvarnished truth.
That is a rather touchy word there, the truth. I see it differently. Others see it differently. But we're still here. The numbers are growing. The gods, and I know you hate that word, the gods from beyond our lands, from other places, are watching here. You might be able to stop Twaya today, but you will not be able to stop the flood that will come.
Senior Sage, Lord Vale, I insist that you address the point that this goddess that has come into Marcus's being and Lord Vorn's being is one of the Numina, one of the nameless, one of the gods so ancient that their practice, their customs, even their very names have been lost to the mist of antiquity. How do you rebut that? With difficulty, brother. And Adrian nods, bows to you, bows to the lady planner, and then
Nod to him as well.
And then sits back down.
Again, imparting that backwards sympathy where I'm just like, I know you're just doing your job.
Rather with difficulty. It is very nearly falsifying a negative. How am I to be certain that in the annals of time that some pagan god did not exert influence? Almost impossible to say. And yet, we know what the truth is, what the unvarnished and enduring truth is, don't we?
But if they know what their unvarnished truth is, and you say that it is beyond reasonable doubt that he might be confused, that some outside influence might be messing with his mind, how can you not concede that there might be some bit of lore or learning that even in your decades of study might have slipped your notice, Senior Sage?
Almost certainly, not may have, almost certainly the story is distorted and garbled.
Is that not the challenge of history? Is that not your pursuit? To pick whatever pieces you can find and construct a narrative from there? He speaks with the voice of a goddess. Do you?
Quaelathon is no narrative, boy.
Where is the voice of Quaelathon? Is it yours?
Where is his gold?
Where is the primate? Where is his gold?
I do not answer for his grace.
And then his grace does not answer for your claims of heresy. He must not find faith in your arguments if he does not make them himself.
Church doctrine is clear on these matters.
Why are there so few of you here?
Clear as crystal.
Why are there so few of you here if this is such an important thing?
With Quaelathon on my side, I am never outnumbered. He doesn't smile.
Really?
Melissa, did you want to talk?
In my years of growing up in the annex and
The magic school.
The magic university, and my secret little studies when people didn't know that I could read. Do I know of anything? Because she would have totally latched on to any little scrap of, oh, they're ignoring this. I'm gonna read it anyway. I'll try to. Was there any kind of narrative, kind of like our real world equivalent, where everybody thinks the Earth is round and then or flat, and then we figure out, oh wait, no, it's flat. This is the narrative.
Was there an
now.
Aristotle?
Were there any changes, massive changes historically, where once you finally actually that were considered heretical at first, but then were like, oh wait. A couple generations later, yeah, they were correct, and oh yeah, it doesn't matter now. This is the thing.
And now it's all baked in.
The main one that comes to mind is how the moons got their names and why, and there's and the fact that it was intentional that the bright moon was named Lucida after the first empress of the empire.
But they weren't named that. They were named something different before.
Well, no, the fact that it was an intentional naming. So that was debated for a long time. And it was looked at as, Queritus, this is merely arguing with a stone. Our duty is clear. Doctrine is final.
Speaking of doctrine, can we have the 3 scriveners stand up and read aloud a recount, each of them exactly what was said in the past minute. If they all have the exact same knowledge and exact same written, then we know for a fact that everything here has been completely documented as such as it has been for 217 years. Would there be a punctuation mark out of order? Would there be missing information that is in favor of the church or in favor of a lord or a new god?
Or a pause that might imply something more?
Or intentions that are written by that of a scholar? Or any part of any history that has been written by that of the church of Quaelathon?
Who has made it kind of illegal to actually read on their own?
I will even concede that point, Domine. Perhaps things have shifted around.
So it's your word against ours.
But nothing changes the elemental truth that this man is unrepentant.
There's nothing to repent for.
To our God, we have nothing to repent for.
Sorry. You're right.
No, I didn't mean to correct you.
You see you see as this is going on, the lady planner crooks a finger, and the magistrate major hops up and then circles around to her side.
Perking ears.
And you feel, Bellator Sanctus, feel Concord gather herself, wait for you. And there aren't any words, but you feel a second channel. I think I've told you this before, a second channel of communication that's pure emotion.
Mm-hmm. I'm just getting extraordinarily frustrated.
And a single word, now.
I can't deal with this fallacy of those before or since. For 49 winters, a lifetime since the soil of the North, always North, was doused in the blood of my people and kin for their right to exist. All those who are willing to give their life to secure their existence in Geometrum have done so, and will do so willingly. For 49 winters, no orders from a lord, but for the love of the Kithki, the Kuand, the Uralit, and the old Empire men and women next to them. That purpose is why we breathe and why we thrive. And this is why you wish to declare me Nephis. My citizens have earned more than any noble station or blood could bestow in birth. For 49 winters, no hopes of riches from generations of scars, blood, and sweat brought by other men's desires. The only subhuman thing I've ever seen in my winters are the vultures waiting. For 49 winters, for great men and women, great ideas and liberty to die so they can take what is not theirs. Take what has not been earned in muscle and blood to scavenge and claw and consume an unnatural existence. And those ideas are not gone. They speak aloud. I, Titus Metellus, Glabriovorn, speak aloud! Look what is before you now. When I return and declare myself Lord, there is no reception or fanfare or throne waiting for me. There is a field that needs plowed and people who need to be healed by our God, not your doctrine. And we will give what all men and women desire, a chance to fulfill a dream of peace. Our sovereignty is what we do. Why do we have the right to exist is the same reason for all men, including those in collars, and do dream. Some men do not dream equally. In this truth, we do know that freedom has the breath and breath that life grants us, even though through the constant threat of extinguishing hate. Geometrum is different. See what is before you now, a way of truth, a way of hope. All that can awake and see with your eyes that can be different. Geometrum is different. If there is a God you need to know, and I will say her name aloud for all to hear, Tuea, the name of the supreme handmaiden of the supreme phoenix, mistress of the long peace, has made herself known to us in the north, always north! If you have valued the light of your candle, magistrate, her radiance would blind you. Though she is not cruel and would only embrace those who seek for truth and justice. Look what is before you now. Look into my hand! And I drop. Shink. Remember the stories. Be that story, be change. You have to see that this is a new age of heroes. Will you help me write this story, or will you be a chapter?
And Concord flares. And for a moment, anyone within about, well, anyone in the immediate area has this wave of grace wash over them, of white light, but it's actually more like a white concentric circle that is going out, replicated several times, like ripples on a pond, except strengthening as they go out, not weakening.
Can I add my spiritual energy to this as a conduit to Toya?
You can play a counter harmony to it as an emissary. And
It's the He-Man energy.
There we go.
Song.
Producer Justin got it. And as that happens, remember the magistrate major, whom you had largely addressed, and not the church, actually. He was near the lady planner. Mm-hmm. He hadn't quite gotten to her because he stopped. You pinned him in place about 4/5 of the way over there. And at the end of that, well, not to bury the lead, flashes of possibility, of potential, also of the past, hit different minds differently, as Concord, acting as she has not been able to for 217 winters in the world of muscle and blood, communicates a little glimpse of the dream, of chains shattering, of Kithki living peacefully, of a radiant lord from a different generation giving his life to ensure that the Kuind continue. In that moment, what are you all doing?
I'm putting my ring on, lighting on my ring, and lifting it up. It's like a declaration as much as the sword is.
And from inside the ring, you hear a, ooh, that boy did good. Rustini, I'm going to come to you last.
Okay.
Devrin, you're standing basically right there, a little bit off, but you feel this energy washing over you.
He will enhance his voice with yes, and he'll actually enhance it with
Thaumaturgy. Okay.
Cool.
All right. So it's loud. The winds ripple. And Rustinia, you were a little bit further out than anyone because you wouldn't have been in the square, but you see these images, and mainly what you see, what Concord gives you, are moments of, it's not quite as positive or rosy, but it's real. And she gives you the moments that Lucretia, your mistress, whom, although it's unspoken, loves you, and whom you love in return, that she has been in true agony over the dream. And the quiet moments of doubt that an artifact, no matter how powerful, could convey. But Concord spoke truly, and this was the goddess herself allowing the moment. How does she feel? Because we were talking about this. You don't necessarily believe in the dream, or that it's possible, or that it's time.
Yeah, it's more like it feels like a childhood fantasy, like something she hoped for at some point. But yeah, it came crashing down to reality and was like, oh, well, this is childish. This is not practical. This is not possible. I think from her perspective, because she definitely has, like, she sees power as, like, a storm. It's in her family roots, but one thing that she feels and kind of saw and imagined is, as Titus was giving that speech, was lightning strikes in the middle of the storm.
You are not alone.
It's a different kind of power.
You are not alone in your skepticism or confusion, or perhaps debating whether or not to allow yourself to feel hope. You see that reflected in the eyes of the men and women around you as they look around. Those closer know what you said. For the moment that it took you to draw the sword and to finish perhaps the last two sentences, or for you to add yourself, emissary, they were in the presence of Tawea. The church fathers, the ones that are there, drop to their knees. They're going to misinterpret it as Quaelathon, though. Of course, that's what they know. But they believe that Quaelathon has parted the ways for them. The senior sage is just stunned because his magnificent mind does understand what he's seen, and he's just paralyzed right now. And he looks like an old man.
I'm going to give him a kindly smile, just from that point.
You see Adrian. Adrian begins to openly weep. And the lady planner stands. Were you going to do something different?
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at it. I mean, from what I consider an enlightenment the other night, what the tapestry looks like, what the board looks like in this dream, this vision.
A move that cannot be undone has just been made on that board. And you see succession, except a board of pure energy that's been moved. And you see that there are 4 players currently at that board, because remember, succession can have more than 2.
Mm-hmm.
Very complicated, crazy complicated game.
Very.
And you see 4 of them. And maybe because you're looking at that, you feel their presences a little bit more directly. Next to you, beside you, Titus, back a little bit, you hear Mitra. So beautiful. And then the lady planner stands with that iron will of hers and that unshakable faith, her own religion, the religion of the plan, of the 7 generations of inexorable project, of inexorable progress. And it looks like someone just slapped her in the face. But she recovers. She looks at the magistrate. And now, my answer is no. Taurinix on me. I believe that I have everything. And yes, this is right after. This is this woman. This is right after divine intervention.
Thunder go away.
I mean, she's still functional even now. I believe that I have everything that His Majesty will need to hear in my report and from my own lips. Taurinix, we are leaving.
Okay. While there's still glow around, I'm going to glow my eyes up.
Okay.
Trying to get that 30 again, dog?
Yeah, and I completely focus on her, like deeply on her.
Okay. And you hear the magistrate almost break in that moment. Domina, you are needed. And without turning around, she says, at home and abroad. And now, below, it is time to choose home.
Oh. Oh.
Roll.
Yeah. 22.
Not high enough.
Damn it.
Okay. Close.
Close. Do I get anything off her, even a whiff of anything? Because she was in a pretty...
She is in her regal armor, and she may as well be an empress right now.
Understood.
Is the daughter going with her?
And returning...
Bestia?
So,
Where would be looking?
Bestia looks and sees you and mouths.
Shadow of a wink.
Wink, 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 wink. Already betrothal, you know.
And then,
Oh, boy.
just a heartbeat after that, you hear the one who had prodded, who had prodded Adrian earlier, who was just back there weeping. And how will that go?
I'm ready for attack.
You hear, Quaelathon, guide my hand. and he throws his robes off. Gladius Day, or Gladius Lux, and he jumps forward. Several other people in the stands jump forward.
I'm ready.
Some, but now you're reacting. Some, but not all, of the gladiators are moving, and the magistrate major has a major decision to make. And that, friends, is where we will end the tale for the nonce.
Yeah.
Get to use this beautiful baby sword when it's glowing.
Okay.
Yeah, folks.
The die is cast. Was that the correct move? We will see next week.
I think it was. Great.
Thank you so much for being with us tonight. We hope that you enjoyed the tale, and we will continue to do our very best to embody the dream and be a faithful recounting of its defense or lack thereof. We will see. As you go on about your business out there, stay safe, stay curious, and I hope that you find. You're able to pursue your own dreams. Without dreams, what do we have? Right?
100%. Bye-bye.
Love you guys.